Hi, I'm Amy Williams, a senior business consultant within Warren Averett Security, Risk, and Controls team. I'm here with Sarah Beth today. She is part of that controls element of our group. Sarah Beth, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about one of my favorite topics.
Yes, and she's great at it. So Warren Averett is typically thought of as a tax and audit firm, but there's a lot of elements that we have as a firm that we can add to our clients that bring value and help address needs that they have. And I feel like the business process review that we do is a very valuable tool for companies that they might not know is available to them. Is that a fair thing to say?
Absolutely. And it is one of my favorite things to do, if not my favorite thing to do as a member in the firm, because it's such a great opportunity to really look into an organization and figure out how can they improve upon what they're already doing. Where do they have gaps in their process that increase their risk of errors occurring, or heaven forbid fraud occurring, or where do they have that proverbial issue with the one person who has all this knowledge that needs to get out and disseminated, and making sure, right, the bus factor, should something happen, that the organization can pick up and can continue. And so I think that these business process reviews can really help any organization with a myriad of concerns that they may have.
Yeah, absolutely. I think often people think about technology as a business continuity issue, and they do a lot to make sure that, things are in place in case something happens. But institutional knowledge is often not thought of in that form, but it is a business continuity issue, correct?
It really is. And certainly not to diminish the IT side of it. But, when you don't have someone who knows how to run the system, or knows how to process payroll, or get the checks out on a certain date, who has access to this account, who can do what, that can absolutely stop just as quickly as not understanding how the system works. So it's equally component factor, I would say.
Right. So as a business consultant, one of the things that I do often is speak with the executive leadership of a company. And a concern that they have is, I want reporting and knowledge and information, but I don't necessarily want to be down in the weeds of everything every day. So how would a business process review equip them with that kind of knowledge, would you say?
That's a great question. And I would say one thing that I also hear along with what you hear is that I'm not getting my reports timely enough, or I'm not getting the right information. And all of this works together in saying, okay, let's take a step back and really understand the inputs in the process that get you to that end result, to make sure we're understanding where is all the information coming from, who's preparing it, who's reviewing it, what all is happening before it comes to you. How can we, one, expedite that and make sure it's complete and accurate and reliable? How can we make sure it's what exactly you need and that we're pulling that correct information? And then how can we equip you to know what to review efficiently and effectively? And so I think that making sure you understand the process all the way through is so imperative, and we go in and do that and make sure we can see where are holes, where are things that you probably want to pay particular attention to as executive leadership, and things like that all work together well, I feel like, to give a great result. And I think personally, I think it brings a lot of value, and that, I certainly hope it does, and that's what we hear. So I'm happy to hear that always.